Well, thank you. My name is Scott Williams, 2454 Clearbrook Circle, Village of Howard, District 23. I don't really have a whole lot to add here. I appreciate you letting me address you. I'm the one who submitted this request, and I would like to. It's not very long. I'd like to just take a minute and read it.
Sure.
It's dated February 13th, sent to the County Auditor. As a citizen and taxpayer of Brown County, I request that your office undertake a special audit to document all county expenditures incurred in studying, debating, and otherwise considering alleged public health issues associated with the Shirley Wind Farm. As you know, this matter has been prolonged for political reasons and has consumed precious county resources over a period that now covers 6 years since the Shirley Wind Farm began operation. I seek a special audit not to advance any particular argument on wind farms, but rather to take a step back and provide a badly needed assessment of what this episode has cost Brown County. It is highly questionable whether county staff and elected officials have effectively managed this entire affair without undue cost to taxpayers. Indeed, to many observers, it appears this issue has dragged out indefinitely with still no end in sight to the county resources that are being poured into it. I believe a special audit will serve as a valuable reality check for the county and also highlight important lessons to be learned as described in Chapter 3.23 of the County Code of Ordinances. To the best of your ability, such an audit should account for all related county expenditures and expenses incurred starting around 2010 and throughout the Shirley Wind Farm episode. This would include, but not be limited to, 1, all staff time expended in the county's health department, 2, all staff time expended in the corporation counsel's office, 3, all staff time expended in other county departments, 4, all meeting time for members of the Board of Health, the county board, and all other public bodies, as well as county staff in attendance at those meetings, 5, all outside research and consultant work, 6, all time spent by county staff and elected officials to receive and review materials presented by opponents and supporters of the Shirley Wind Farm, 7, all county staff time spent processing and considering complaints of alleged health problems associated with the wind farm, 8, all resources expended lobbying state government agencies in an attempt to get state funding involved here, and 9, all county resources expended to establish and maintain an incoming telephone line in the health department for wind farm complaints. I realize that such a special audit will itself require some expenditure of county resources. This is unfortunate but necessary. I believe the investment is warranted and that the results will benefit the county immensely. On behalf of taxpayers especially, we must assess the county's handling of this Shirley Wind Farm matter so that county staff and elected officials in the future can do a better job of recognizing and managing issues with similar potential for both endless politicking and runaway spending. That was my request. Thank you for letting me address you. Obviously, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me that wind energy is good for the environment and good for the economy and good for keeping American fighting men and women out of places like Kuwait and Iraq. You don't have to agree with me that the Shirley Wind Farm is a positive addition to Brown County and that rather than working to undermine this new business, county officials should be supporting it and promoting more alternative energy development here. And you certainly don't have to agree with me that the county has been wasting money for 6 years chasing its tail in a futile attempt to create the impression that the Shirley Wind Farm poses some sort of public health hazard. You can disagree with me on all of that and still see the valid reasons for going ahead with this audit. Government officials and government leaders have an obligation to hold themselves accountable for how they conduct the people's business and to always consider whether they could handle a certain situation differently, whether government could make better use of the public's money. For this, the county's Code of Ordinances provides for special internal audits. Section 3.23 of the code states, quote, internal audits are intended to assist appointed staff and elected officials in attaining effective and efficient operations by providing an independent and objective evaluation of operations, end quote. Since the Shirley Wind Farm opened for business some 6 years ago, the county has expended untold amounts of energy and taxpayer money in response to the public health hazard claims of a vocal minority, even while the wind farm continued to operate successfully with no compelling evidence that a public health hazard actually existed. This unique set of circumstances has created an important case study in local government, which we could and should harness to deepen our understanding of how the county has handled this wind farm episode and how any similar situation could be handled more effectively and efficiently in the future. Perhaps just as importantly, this audit will demonstrate to Brown County residents that county officials are willing to do the people's business in an environment of transparency and accountability. For those of you who believe the wind farm is making people sick, you could hold up the audit results proudly as testimony to the county's commitment to leaving no stone unturned on a potential public health crisis. For those of you who agree with me that the health hazard threat is a phony issue, the audit results will represent a blueprint for the county to learn from its mistakes. Either way, I urge you to allow this audit to go forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.